Hi everyone, this is demoing the Blue Point diesel EGR and induction tool on a 2012 F250 with a 6.7 liter power stroke. What we did was we already went ahead and hooked up the adapter, which as you can see goes to the exhaust and the intake side for this particular model, and then has a switching valve which then is regulated back and forth. The airline's already hooked up to the tool, the solution's already in there. Next we're going to use the scan tool to activate the EGR, and we're going to get started. Alright, so we got the tool all hooked up, everything's rolling. Well, the first thing we did is set the pressure to between 40 and 50 psi, and as you can see the fluid bubbling away in there, going down. You can actually see a nice gold solution, and we'll alternate back and forth between exhaust and intake to complete the process. All in all, it's very simple and straightforward up to this point. As you can see, the foam solution's going through the exhaust side now, going down into the exhaust port. There is several different steps you can do with or without a scan tool, just by unplugging and plugging in the vacuum port there, which will open and close the valve. Again, very simple and straightforward, and we've only been doing this a couple minutes so far. As you guys can see, while we are doing this procedure, there's no white smoke or any crazy exhaust fumes that are coming out of the system, so therefore it's not going to create a big mess while you're doing this. Alright, we're about 20 minutes into this. You guys can see the fluid's about halfway gone. What we've done is we switched to the intake side, which is where you can see the foam's at now. What we did was, after you run the exhaust fluid about halfway down, you cycle it, you let the air flow through, kind of clean the lines out, everything like that. Then you switch the valve on this particular model to the intake side and let her go till it runs out of fluid. All in all, we'll make a great time, really easy. So we'll catch up when we're finished. Alright, we're about halfway or a half hour into this. We're just checking to see if there's any check engine lights on or anything crazy like that. As you guys can see, there's no check engine lights. All the gauges are reading good and everything's all set. We're about 10 minutes away from finishing up. So far, smooth sailing. Alright, as you guys can see, the bottle's empty. There's no more fluid in there. So, all in all, it took about 20 minutes to run through a whole bottle of fluid, 48 ounces. As you can see, the foam's just about finished running through the system. So far, then all we got to do is disconnect the lines, hook up the crossover pipe from the exhaust to the intake, and we're all set. Should be about a total of 45 minutes from start to finish. Alright, as you guys can see, we have the tool disconnected now. You can see that real close, that's a lot cleaner. We'll have before and after pictures at the end of the video, but as you can see, everything's a lot cleaner, a lot nicer looking. You can actually see the aluminum casing again on the intake side of it. So all in all, simple and easy so far. All we gotta do is hook that pipe back up. Alright, so we took some before and after pictures using the borescope during the process we did using the EEDF400. This is a picture of the exhaust valve. You guys can see all the carbon, everything built up on the face and in the surrounding area of the valve. On the next picture, you guys can see just another view of all the carbon that's in there. And then here's a picture. You can't really see, this is supposed to be of the EGR cooler, the exhaust fins, everything in there. You can see it's kind of dark. You can't really make anything out, and that's even with, you know, the light on the borescope all the way turned up. So you can see there's a lot of carbon, everything in there. It's just looking real funky and nasty. Now this is the after picture of facing the exhaust valve. You notice the valve face itself is nice and shiny, clean, really, you know, bright now. And then you can see in surrounding it, you can't see all that carbon anymore. Then on the next picture, here's the exhaust where it actually flows through there. You can see the fins and everything now. So notice how it's nice, clear. You can see everything what's going on. No more dark and funk going on. Next thing, here's another view. Same thing. You can see everything nice and clean. And then here's on the intake side. Notice now you can see the actual aluminum casting. You know, it's not carboned up. It's not dirty. Everything like that. So everything's looking pretty good. Same thing on the aluminum side. You guys can see, you know, it's looking really good. This was after 2 bottles in only 40 minutes. So looks like it's turned out pretty good. We'll be all set. As you guys can see, we're all done, finished up. Something to be aware of, in this particular application we use 2 bottles of the cleaning solution, whereas in a normal maintenance, preventive maintenance situation, you would use 1 bottle. All in all, total time to clean the system from start to finish is about 40 minutes. Not bad for 2 Snap-on sales developers outside one of their houses working out of a garage. So imagine the possibilities if you were doing this in a repair facility and actually had a better selection of tools and knowledge of how to work on diesels. So far we're not too bad, pretty easy to use, lots of opportunity. Go out there and you guys can show customers what we can offer them and help save them time and make them some extra money. Thanks guys.